The facility is dark. There is a small reception area complete with a desk, couches, end tables, and a small water cooler. Beside the desk is a large metal door covered in locks and alarms with a big red light in the corner. Behind the door is an open social space complete with a table, TV, and games. There is a staircase that leads to a row of 4 doors with small windows in the middle. The first door has plants on the window and is covered in inspirational quotes. The second door is plain. The third door is full of splattered paint, and the last door has extra bolts and cameras with a makeshift "Keep Out" sign hanging on the window. Patience enters and turns on all the lights and puts in her headphones. She goes back into the back of the reception area to affix few plates and returns with them on a tray. She sets the tray down to go behind the desk and buzzes open the security door. Small windows on each of the patient's doors. She goes inside and carries the tray up the stairs, and she drops the plates on the windows of each patient's room. An unseen patient, Justice, speaks to her through the window on his door.
Justice, you know we're not allowed to have secrets anymore.
I have a new song for Dr. Washington.
I thought you didn't like Dr. Washington.
And everything that is faced can be changed, but nothing can be changed until it is faced.
I'll see what I can do if you eat something today.
Water, water. I'll drink anything like water. I'll flow without food. I'll flow in truth. My feet won't stand on broken ground. Water, water, swim or drown. Water is all I need for now.
I'll bring some extra water when I see a clean plate.
Patience walks away from the door.
Sing with me.
I don't know your songs, Justice. Please try to eat something.
The man who knows everything knows nothing at all.
You should sing that to my damn university publishing staff. Eat.
She returns to her desk and settles in as the patients take their breakfast. Justice starts to sing a tune that fills the room. Patience overhears and dances as she gets ready for the day. Caleb, disguised as a security guard, enters the front door, his face hidden by an N95 mask. Patience jumps.
Oh, hello?
My bad. I've never seen you dance like that before.
A good early morning to you, officer. No, not much time for dance parties at work. Can I help you with something?
Yes, yeah, yeah.
He stares at her for a moment.
Well, no, no. Um, Actually, I was just checking in.
Oh, wow. Well, we're all good here. Just getting started for the day. None of the doctors are in yet, but they should be here shortly. Is something wrong?
No, no, nothing wrong at all. Just extra security on this floor. Mm-hmm. I I am here to remind you this high-risk property is always protected and secure.
I know.
The work being done here at Perennial Progress facilities is of high importance, not only to this country, but to the world. As I said, the building is secure and there will be security available on call just out here.
Of course. Thank you for checking in. If you need anything else, you know where to find me.
Security officer nods and stands for a moment, then nods again and leaves.
We over policing the psych ward now, too? Damn.
Patience turns her attention back to her work on the computer. Dr. Soul enters. She bumps into security and watches him as he shuffles out of the office.
Good morning, patients. Did you get everything set up okay? Sorry I was running late.
No worries. I needed the extra nap time.
How's that thesis coming?
My research assistants are doing an amazing job turning the Rubik's Cube of data into something useful, but the crime of time is proving harder to solve than I thought.
I told you the whole psycho-philosophical approach was going to put you through it, but I, for one, am so excited to read your book, Future Doctor.
Thanks Insignares. When will you be ready to start seeing patients? Well, except for Justice. Apparently, he has a new song to share with Dr. Washington.
We are seeing patients today? With all the commotion downstairs, I figured everyone would be sent home.
Commotion? Security didn't mention anything, but they did stop in, ready and willing to assist.
Right. Well, let me try to start getting on a better foot with this day. Keep up the good work, P.
Of course, if you need anything, you know where to find me.
Actually, can you wrap up breakfast and start collecting meals? They should have some free time outside of their rooms after you're done, but the rest of our staff was not able to come in because of whatever happened in the lobby.
Really? I came in through the back. All the security protocol from the main entrance is usually just so excessive, but it bothers them to be cooped up in their rooms all day, and they've already been driven crazy. I'm sure there's some way we can still allow them space and time to breathe.
Well, if you're sure you're comfortable working with them for a while, I can send some material to get them started for the day. Are you sure?
Substitute patients reporting for unpaid extra duty.
Oh, we don't do this for the money. Our research is for advancing the human psyche, studying the heart of the mind in ways that cannot be monetized, or shouldn't, anyway. But if you really feel like you're okay to keep them busy, I guess I can focus on getting ready to work with Sharon today while you give them some free time, just until I follow up with upstairs about everything.
I'm sure whatever is going on was just a misunderstanding. At this point, I think the patients know me well enough from shadowing to safety work together for the time being. Besides, security has been security has been kind enough to emphasize how extra safe we are today anyways.
Perfect. Don't get too comfortable because I'll want you back assisting with my sessions as soon as I can get our staff situation figured out. Thank you, patients. You're always so helpful.
Of course.
Patience pushes a button at the desk. There is a loud buzz as small windows open on the doors of the rooms of the patients open again. Patience goes to the door of the first room with a small cart and tablet and begins collecting plates and notes on the patients.
Justice?
Justice does not respond. Patience makes a note on her tablet, then moves on to the next door.
Good morning, Frank. How you feeling today?
I can only dream of the days when I'll be able to hurt someone again.
That's the spirit.
Damn prison. These goons wouldn't think twice about this place. If Dr. Soul would stop holding on to justice, the example of how women should be for the men, graceful and good, always able to hold everything together, but never at my expense.
Oh, but we wouldn't need security at all if she let them book your date.
I'd never hurt you, Patience.
That's not what the last text said.
Yes, but you're one of the pretty ones, like Dr. Soul. Pain like yours is meant to be more poetic.
We do not threaten patients. We do not threaten patients. We do not threaten patients.
You could always just try and see if it helps. It may not be right, but it won't be wrong until after you do it anyway.
Aren't we supposed to be playing nice today, Frank? That's what you said yesterday, and I know what your word means to you.
I don't know. Is Sharon going to be there?
You are both going to be sitting out of everything today if you keep this up while I'm in charge.
I can't help it. She's a complete idiot. Everything about every one of her sorry selves is the very reason I became a dictator in the first place.
And now you are rehabilitating in a covert government institution until the end of your life.
Life's not fair. But there's plenty of work to do in the meantime. My wife is a very busy woman right now, with me gone. But in the end, she will always do the right thing.
Which could only be doing what you want, right? Look, I'll put in a good word again, but I wouldn't get my hopes up. Maybe just focus on that murderous rage we keep talking about and she'll come visit. Are you finished with your breakfast?
Rage? Women are so sensitive. There's nothing more peaceful than the end of a life.
Your breakfast, Frank.
Frank tosses his tray on the window. Patient goes to grab it, but Frank holds the tray back. Patience huffs and moves to the next door as she makes notes on her tablet. The plate is already sitting on the window and the tray is completely clean.
Sharon?
The plates are not as good as they used to be.
I'll make sure to let the chef know.
Lazy nigger, just free me.
The white woman is begging for her freedom? I can add this to my kinks, yeah?
Pockets? Where did you... Never mind. I will get to you in a second. No talking through the
Else?
walls. This is not a prison, and we don't...
Then why are there so many Black people here?
We do not threaten our patients. We do not threaten our patients. We do not threaten our patients.
Help me, please.
Okay, Sharon? Sharon, can you hear my voice?
Sharon screams.
What color do you see?
Gray. Everything is gray. Everything is lost, empty. I lost everything on a gray day. Only emptiness is left.
Even nothing is something. What other colors can you see?
Red. So much red. It all starts with red. It all ends in red. We are all red inside. Let me show you.
Thank you, but I see little red on a monthly basis.
You know you're red? Most people are afraid. You don't know red.
Red is where it all begins. Most can never forget, but the journey never ends.
No, I can't be freed. I'll hurt people without him. I'll hurt, but he is great. He knows they need me. I can never leave.
Oh, don't worry. We know.
Sharon laughs. Patience goes back to Justice's door again. No response. She collects the plates and makes notes as she moves to the next door.
Hey, Big P.
Patience waits while Unseen Pockets is jamming with headphones in.
Come on, Lil P. What's up with the quiet?
Real G's move in silence like lasagna.
Lil Wayne?
What better way to learn more about your country than its heroes?
Hero might be a stretch, but respect. Is that where you learned the K word from? How many times have you listened to Carter 3 today?
At least 3,000 times.
Ah, gotcha. Not sure how you got another device, but please pass up the stolen goods with your plate.
I cannot steal what has no owner. Can you not expect me to rot in this shithole? Something is needed to help time escape until I do.
Don't forget, this shithole is the only thing in between you and federal time, at best. Besides, there's no other staff today to snitch on us, so maybe you might actually have a good one for once. Can you pass up your plate, please?
Okay. I was only going to use it as a weapon for my escape.
I don't doubt if you wanted to escape, you could, but I'm proud of you for sticking it out, kid.
Well, the last few times did not exactly work out in my favor.
Pockets tosses her plate up to the window and food flies everywhere.
And there are less cowardly ways to kill hostages than this poison. It has the flavor of sand and the texture of a tree.
Patience laughs as Pockets dramatically fakes her death.
Surprised there's nothing to spice it up stolen away in there.
I do not steal. The only unnecessary violence here is this food. Free my people when I am gone.
I'll just add that to my schedule of things I didn't plan on doing today. Let me finish my log and work out the morning schedule. Then I'll be back to get our day started.
Patience returns to her desk and begins to log notes on her computer. Dr. Washington enters while she focuses on her computer screen.
Good morning, Dr. Washington.
Patience, good morning. How are you today?
I'm doing all right, considering life as a Black woman in America.
Dr. Washington stares confused.
Just tired is all.
Ah, yes. There's no rest for the wicked.
Well, you look pretty well rested.
I'm always so grateful for your honesty. How have they been this morning?
Pretty quiet, the usual, except Justice.
Still singing?
Always.
Well, as soon as he learns how to do that for national intelligence, he won't be stuck in here.
Yeah, because he'll be dead. You do know they're going to kill him as soon as he speaks up about.
Patience, we talked about this. This is not your average institutional ward. There's no place for your politics and these people's pain. We're here to learn how they function, not analyze the meaning of their existence that has already proven to be exceptionally abysmal. Don't make this job harder on yourself, kid. There's no hope in hell for this place or the people here. Dr. Solid.
Yes. She walked in a little while ago. I just served breakfast, and then she told me to give them some free time while she preps to meet with Sharon.
She's working with Sharon. You're supervising free time.
Activity staff is still not in yet, and Justice said he won't speak to Soul today. He would only talk to you.
Dr.
I can
Washington,
try and I can try and work the scheduling around him, but you know how he gets when he wants to talk to you.
One of those days, then.
One of those days.
Dr. Washington shakes his head. Patience buzzes the door. He walks back to his office to prepare for the day. Patience types a few codes in, and there's a loud buzz throughout the facility. The red light above the door beside her desk turns green. The patients slowly emerge from their rooms. Frank exits immediately and goes straight to the games. Sharon leaves her room and joins Frank downstairs.
Can I?
Fuck off, Sharon. I am divine eminence. From conquistador to kings, my family legacy is power that has and will live for generations. Don't address me until you are worthy of the honor.
We could all share the honor together. I was just trying to be nice, so.
Look how far it got you. The respect I have earned cannot be shared, foolish woman.
The security door buzzes and Patience enters with a tablet in hand.
Frank, misogyny on mute, please. Sharon, let's see if we can find something for you on the TV.
Pronounced machismo. Your Spanish gets bad when you spend too much time away from me.
Patience picks up the remote and begins to search the TV.
Don't force your agenda on me.
Sharon snatches the remote from Patience and begins banging the remote against the furniture.
Change! I am the control, bitch. I am the control. You cannot change. The systems, the orders, they all change. But I said I am the control in this bitch. I am changed. Jesus needs my company. Jesus needs to change the goddamn TV.
Pockets emerges from her room during Sharon's minor meltdown.
I think he might be a little busy. Immigrants have retired from being your savior.
Pockets, hey, please don't antagonize. Can you check on Justice for me?
That is against your rules.
All of this is against the rules, but we're just trying to make do until the staff arrives.
System is rigged.
Said the psycho-privileged cold bitch.
Sharon is shell-shocked for a moment.
Hey, Frank, that's a strike for the day. The C word is off limits, and you know that. Pockets, you can help me out or not, but you won't stand above anyone else or the rules of this facility. Choose wisely. Sharon, sit down on the couch. Breathe in for 5, hold for 3, and release. I'll check in with your doctors about the staff and set up our first activity for the day.
Pockets makes her way downstairs and passes Patience.
Kill the movement by keeping its people in pain or as they always do. Is it not the custom of your people to hold others above the rules and all the rest? Tell the others now that I am their new boss. No rules are real to refugees.
Patience shakes her head and goes up to Justice's room and knocks.
Hey, Justice, it's time to start the day. We need you in a community area, please.
This day never ends. A sunless purgatory that should have never been.
You can't stay locked away, Justice. I'm leading activities today. I could use some help with your friends. They're already trying to be in rare form.
We are not friends. We are shared victims of circumstance. I will sing for Dr. Washington when he is ready to dance.
Patience is silent for a moment before she tries a new approach and begins to roughly sing.
um, when the night has come and the land is dark and the moon is the only light we'll see. Come on, Jay. You gonna make me sing alone?
Oh, I won't be afraid. Oh, I won't be afraid.
Just as long as you stand by me.
There's a moment of silence before Justice steps through his door.
What's your truth today?
Honestly, I'm a little tired and I don't get it at all, Justice. Like, he said that he loved me totally unprovoked. You know? After I said it first. And now the only time we talk is when he has hearts in his stupid little pretty brown perfect eyes. Like he's not completely self-sabotaging everything.
This is your truth. You chose this truth.
Well, it's been over, Jay. He made sure of that. I'm just saying, like, when do I get the full version? Or at least the edition I paid for? Ugh. It would be so much easier if he was actually a piece of shit instead of acting like one.
For who?
My ego? It's bruised enough to have left him and not get to come back like all the times he did.
Well, constant truth is a dead one.
I think he should just admit that he hates me.
I'll create a hard place for you to feel stuck on your rock. You don't deserve to be hated or ignored. Your truth is more than other people's bullshit. Meditate on reflections revealed from within.
I don't know if you've looked around, Justice, but everything is bullshit these days. I just wish I knew the truth. Is that so bad? Obviously, I would never do anything with that stupidly attractive individual with whom I have done a lot of amazing things with because I know better. I know better. Okay? I know the man he has to be to make me happy. He was him for a time in the beginning, but then he changed. He never promised to stay that man, but promised everything would be okay, no matter what. And I heard he is happy now. So freaking happy. So why can't I be?
That sounds like a good truth.
My truth is that these niggas are nothing to a real bitch.
Justice jumps and looks off to the distance. Patient starts behind Justice. Then she pushes him out of the way to look for herself. Justice laughs and Patience takes in the joke before laughing.
A comedian and a criminal. Quite the resume, friend.
And Patience notices Pockets trying to escape.
Pockets, don't make me call security, little girl.
Patience rushes down the steps. Justice follows behind her and joins the group.
No, we weren't terrorists.
Huh, I forgot. The fascist devil never learned how to play it either. Oh, some people have used it.
Pockets, couch time or correction time? Pockets.
Pocket sticks out her tongue and sits down on the floor in front of the TV. Patience knocks at both of the doors to the doctor's offices. Dr. Washington and Dr. Soul open their doors.
Good morning, Dr. Washington.
So, I heard you are stealing my client today.
Let the state tell it. They're all your clients anyways, so I'm sure it's no difference to you.
Should I get started with an activity for the day? Is anyone ready for a client?
Give me about 10 minutes, then I'll be ready for him.
When you get Sharon back, tell her I'm ready for her.
Remember, Nari, we need to treat all of her identities.
Yes, Dr. Washington, I agree. Starting with the least racist one when she's in my office.
Don't forget whose office really matters here and who gave you what you have now. Damn affirmative action dinosaur.
I just wanted to follow up on the rest of my instructions for the day.
Dr. Soul starts to respond but changes her mind and addresses Patience instead.
I haven't heard back from anyone yet. There seems to be an issue with our email and phone systems, but I'm nearly ready for Sharon. I'll come out and get her once I'm ready and give any more updates. Feel free to start the schedule I uploaded to the shared folder. Thank you, patients.
Yes, it is so important to have staff willing to go above and beyond for our facility to keep up the great work.
The doctors glance at each other and retreat to their offices. Patients return to the community area, pulling up the schedule on our tablet.
How will the day dawn?
Yoga and meditation.
What industry isn't based on appropriation in this country?
Guys, can you help move the table? We are going to start today with some spiritual restoration.
The patients unite in collective groans.
Primitive art, primitive work, primitive people. Exactly what I said.
Let's hold a second here. Briana, I'm not hearing you. Is anybody hearing Briana for the last few lines or so? Yeah,
Can you hear me?
now we can.
Now we can.
Okay, I haven't been muted.
Okay.
No, you weren't muted. I don't know what happened. But why don't we go back? Let's see, we're about a half hour in to How Will the Day Dawn, yoga and meditation. So Jaylan, you're back.
Yes, ma'am. How will the day dawn?
Yoga and meditation.
The most appreciated and appropriated industry.
What industry isn't based on appropriation in this country?
Guys, can you help move the table? We are going to start today with some spiritual restoration.
The patients unite in collective groans.
Primitive art, primitive work, primitive people.
I don't understand what that word, but it sounds like a compliment coming from you.
Exactly.
I'm going to grab the towels from the supply closet. Pockets, come here. Stand and wait for me right here. And don't move anywhere near Sharon, okay?
Okay. But be quick, Big Pete. If she begs to suffer, I help her.
Patience shakes her head and uses her tablet to go through the security door to the reception lobby.
I'll be right back.
She goes into the room behind the desk to grab towels. Caleb and Destiny bust into the entrance with bags dressed in all black. Their identities are concealed by masks and they are armed and ready.
Put your hands high where we can see them.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Walk towards us slowly.
Patience complies.
Look, I don't know what you want. There's no cash here.
Cash is useless compared to what we came for. Now, turn around and get on your knees with your hands behind your head. Same speed. Don't go getting all excited on me.
Caleb scoffs and looks at Destiny for a second. Destiny shrugs. Caleb moves to the computer and begins clicking away.
What are you doing?
The computer beeps and the security door stays buzzed open. The power in the facility area flickers and comes back halfway.
Making sure we don't get any company, Princess.
You can't be more than 16. There are highly dangerous criminals in there. There's no telling what they'll do.
We're here for some untold shit.
Caleb gets up from the computer desk and pulls Patience up. Destiny goes through one of their bags and rearms herself. Caleb holds Patience by the arm. He stops and looks at her for a moment.
You don't have to do this. I promise you. Whatever it is, it can't be worth your life. Her life. Trust me. This is not the place to fuck around and find that out.
Our lives aren't much if we don't do this.
Destiny zips up the bag and stands up. Patience stares at Caleb for a moment.
Why is she looking at you like that?
Your eyes.
Just keep your head down, okay?
Patience realizes who the assailants are.
Caleb?
Destiny throws a smoke bomb through the door and starts yelling as she enters. Caleb follows closely behind with the other bag in patience.
This is a motherfucking robbery. Put your hands up and stay the fuck down unless you want us to show you how crazy we really are.
Yeah, everybody put your fucking hands and bodies where we can see them. And I mean everybody in this bitch better be out here with their hands up.
Dim lights and dissipating smoke fill the air and lighting flickers around the facility. Soft buzzing of failed alarm systems underscores the action. Pockets is shell-shocked for a moment, then moves with quick expertise back to her room. Sharon collapses to the floor, trembling in fear, and Caleb ties her up with ease. Frank almost escapes, but Destiny stops him, weapon in hand. Frank complies, and she restrains him. Caleb grabs Justice and starts to restrain him.
My hands are of no consequences to your conquest. Binding me is unnecessary, comrade.
Said the high-level criminal.
He's not dangerous. He's no older than Destiny.
You can be next.
Not for the first time or the last.
Destiny laughs.
What are you talking about?
Justice!
Oh, he funny now, is he?
You have to admit that was a good one.
Why does he know our business?
I never told him you tied me up.
Why does he know that I would?
You would?
No, I'm not saying I have moved on, Patience. You know that.
Right. That's why you came to my job to tie me up.
No, I'm not here to tie you up. I actually have more immediate things to focus on.
Please. Everything is always so big and important, so I always have to be so little.
You're not. He wasn't trying to insult you like that for real. You're the sweetest girl my brother ever brought around, and I know none of this makes sense right now, but this is all really important. You'll see.
Caleb and Destiny do their shake-up.
Thanks, D. This is everyone?
I don't know. Are you going to shoot me if I give you the wrong answer?
Maybe.
Half a truth would have been a better lie. You are an easy target for enemies.
Quiet! We really don't have time to bullshit around with y'all.
I'm just saying, as a mass murderer, you don't sound really committed to the task at hand. I'd give manslaughter at best, but men must lead with a decisive fist. No accidents.
I can't be here. Not like this. I'm not like the rest of them. I am unstable.
What is she talking about?
She has a rare form of dissociative identity disorder, we think. This facility serves patients that are special cases and don't fit neurotypical standard for most mental disorders.
You'd be so dangerous about a mental disorder, especially if they're getting treatment.
It makes a lot of sense why you would be confused about that.
There are plenty of unstable mentally ill people, especially with dissociative personality disorder. What's so abnormal about her?
Mine are real. Or were.
What is that even?
Something crashes in the background.
Fuck was.
I'll check it out.
Destiny starts going through the bags to prepare herself.
Iron protection is a distraction from her passion. This life is her creation, a goddess in armor.
Huh?
This life is her motivation. Goddesses no longer have the luxury of high places.
Justice stares after her deeply. Destiny shakes up with Caleb, readies her weapon, and goes to find the source of the sound.
Hey! Eyes on me, Gwendolyn Crooks.
Oh, good one. You're so clever.
Patience, please.
I don't know who she is, but it is still funny because he called the boy a woman.
Don't try to please me now. I'm sure you haven't thought about that in months.
Yeah, well, it feels like years.
Another lie, amigo? Really?
They say a minute can feel like forever when you're in love.
Well, maybe it did when I was.
And now?
More commotion sounds from Pockets' room.
Des! You good?
Destiny and Pockets emerge from the room. Destiny holds Pockets down against the railing.
She's a feisty one, bro.
Freedom takes real fighting. Let's try again with no weapons.
Stop messing around. Get her down here so we can get what we came here for.
Destiny starts to make her way down with Pockets.
What exactly are you here for again?
You wouldn't believe me even if I told you.
Why do you care what I believe?
Why would you help me if you don't believe me?
I'll always believe in you. I'm not ashamed.
I never said I was ashamed.
You're obviously not proud.
That's none of your business.
She is our business. She's the only person here that gives fucks about us in this shithole. Even though all she does is talk about you all day.
I only talk about you to Justice. I don't know what they're talking about.
And why would you think that we wouldn't enjoy such amorous tales?
I don't listen to them.
Just
Shut up, Sharon.
all of you shut up. Patience, is there anyone else here?
The doctors are in their offices. Sharon will need them. I'm surprised they haven't come out yet.
Are you?
What's that supposed to mean? How did you guys get in here anyway? Look, I'm cooperating. The least you can do is give me some honesty.
True. But how do we know we can trust them?
We're all on the execution block. Governments will always protect themselves, waiting until they have the opportunity to make a problem disappear with us.
Trust is made to be broken and often given before it's proven. Forgiveness is what you fear.
Please, please, please. I'm drowning. Please help me. I can't swim. My hands. I don't want to die. I don't want to die.
Sharon starts struggling to breathe.
Sharon, calm down.
I don't want to die like this. Please, please, please. Too much blue. Too much blue. Too much.
What other color can you see?
I see. I see. Yellow. I'm always so sleeping here. I just need to stretch. I need to stretch. I'll stretch everybody's necks for them. Everything I do is for them. I will live forever. You cannot keep me here forever.
What the fuck is she talking about?
Trust me, it doesn't matter. Why are you all doing all of this? Just talk to me.
I'm too tired. That's why.
I heard America runs on coffee. Maybe you can try that.
Being tired is the weakness that comes from being a weak man. You are here accomplishing what my wife could not for so many years. A weak man cannot manage to be where you are. A weak man cannot manage to be where you are.
Being a man shouldn't make him less human. Everyone gets tired, and no one should manage that alone.
Des, don't worry about it. We don't have time for this shit anyways.
She can help us.
But she shouldn't.
Maybe she can decide for herself.
Caleb looks at Patience.
It all started about 6 months ago.
Around when you called it quits?
We started talking on the phone even more when he wasn't calling you every day, all day. Then we just started noticing how the calls stopped feeling the same. Like, no matter how much we talked, it still felt like we couldn't stop feeling any further away. Not just from each other. Sometimes we would feel it with everything. When we did see each other in person, it felt like another reality or something.
The separation wasn't all bad, especially in the beginning. But eventually everything just started feeling so detached and unreal. The world being the way it was only added to it.
I ended up posting something about it online and found this whole corner of the Nigganet talking about the declassified government papers. They mentioned the development of tech that could harness aspects of humanity through brainwave transmissions. Did more digging to realize they really meant harvest. And the whole time, my brother is having dreams that...
Basically sending the same message. I did some more research and found out that the alpha waves that come from our devices are carrier frequencies. So they don't just damage our health, they force us to realize energy that is they force us to release energy that is carried into a wavelength where it can be extracted and transformed into tangible matter.
Oh, come on. There's millions of conspiracy theories going around. That's not all. How did you end up at this site of all the government black sites?
In Caleb's dream...
I found your research. When I was looking up information about electromagnetic frequencies and The profile of the facility you described matched a couple of others in the declassified papers.
And what, pray tell, did these papers say was here that you needed to risk and ruin your lives like this for?
We're here for sanity. I know it sounds crazy, but they have it physically harvested somewhere.
A moment. Then patients and the other patients erupt into laughter except Sharon.
Think about your research patients. I was surprised that you worked here. I mean, EM frequencies are time dependent, and you're here trying to prove time isn't even real?
Not necessarily. Just that it's the source of all deviance in society with how we decide to create it.
You came way out here and through whatever you did to break into this shit for a therapy session? This is why all people should know real war. Then they will not fight for fun.
Dr. Soul is an amazing woman, but she would never take care of a man that could not create his own sanity. I, for one, enjoy the fun of a good fight, but for a losing game, que vergüenza.
We're not here for a therapy session.
I wouldn't rule it out completely.
How do you intend on finding the sanity you seek?
We don't need to find it. It's right here.
Somewhere in this facility is the real thing. I've never seen it separate from the experience of feeling it as a living person, obviously, but it's real. And it's here somewhere, locked away in its own physical form. I've been planning to get it for months now. And I'm tired of all this bullshitting around, pretending like there's no way up, while I let them take the sky. Now we're getting what we came here for, and we're not leaving without it.
Caleb begins to arm himself.
I thought we were all just saying funny things, but I see that we are no longer funnying.
Caleb, I am a licensed professional too, and
Freshly licensed.
whatever, I know my shit. You think that if I could just unlock a safe and get drunk on all the serenity and safety that I have yearned for my entire life, I wouldn't? It's not that simple. The bullshit we deal with in this life doesn't have an easy fix. Sometimes there's no fix and you have to face it on your own. Set yourself free. It's all over my research. They call it time sickness. Thinking our life experience has to fit into a schedule when we actually exist outside of time.
It's not as simple as existing outside of time either. Some of us want to make the most of the time we have, and I can't do that without.
Something everyone is born with.
Not everyone gets to keep it, Prince. Patience. Just hear us out.
Obviously, but you can't just steal it. Even if you could, you should still build up your own for yourself. Otherwise, you'll just keep going in circles instead of actually spiraling up.
Build so that they can keep tearing us down? Build with what tools?
Everything we talked about. All those spiritual conversations, chakras.
And look how well those worked.
Ouch.
Strength is all you need for success. Listen.
Okay,
That's
it
really
looks
good.
like we won't be making much progress as a group.
You're right. Let's start with one at a time, and then we can figure out our next moves from there.
All right, you heard the CEO. Everybody to your rooms. Come on, crazy people, let's go.
Awakening is most observed to the sleep.
Then I will continue to dream with my eyes open.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Are you two playing with the kinks now too? People never sing like that with justice.
I wish you would stop using that word.
Get a room.
There's no room. There will never be a room.
There is always room for more color. What color do you need?
There is nothing left. There's nothing but blackness.
Blackness is everything. Now, let's go, everyone. To your rooms and play nice all the way there.
Justice says.
Caleb and Destiny shake up. Frank, Pockets, and Sharon make their way to their rooms with Patience and Destiny following closely behind. Patience and Destiny watch from the platform.
Have you been where you have been now? Tread lightly on the sword. It is heavy, and once swung, it cannot be undone.
Is that a threat? Look, no offense, but I don't need any advice from a kid in a top secret government psych ward. Even if our stories are similar, we're not the same.
Maybe so. But I've been a threat to this country since I was born. So I can tell you something about how these stories usually end. There's no table to include friends and
I'm not here for friends, and I'm not here for fairy tales.
I will not turn a blind eye to the blood of despair. I have seen too many times before. I am focused on the scales, forever dancing, hoping that you find your rhythm.
How do you speak in riddles? It's faster to just get to the point.
They express what cannot be explained, but can only be understood. You should as well.
Why would I do that?
They will help you. Stop rushing into explanations that mean nothing to you.
Like, what? Write a poem or something when I'm stressed out?
If you don't write them, who will? You don't seem to favor saying how you feel. Only creation can heal destruction. Find music in your mysteries, and you will master yourself.
What does that sound like? Music. Could it be the sanity that's being hidden there?
There, everywhere. Everything that is full of truth is either hidden in dreams or exposed in fear, and many, many truths are hidden here.
How did you even end up here?
Parents was freedom fighters like Lil Pete once upon a time. They fought for a freedom that would take their lives to peace, became an empty prize. Civil disobedience is a death sentence, but
They
uncivilized.
they left you here?
They took the wrath of black people into their own hands and poured it into the cracks of the system. Never the rioters themselves, but always found evidence of them in the wreckage. My mother was pregnant and my father wasn't even 25 when they took them. It was all part of a plan. Then I was raised by a movement to become the movement after my parents were never seen or heard from again. Started leading like my father and his before him, except I was quiet, silent to the lambs, not oblivious, but a witness to the slaughter, thinking only of my mother and father. The people only needed my name to claim more pain in vain ways and left me defenseless when there were nothing to gain. Riots raged with faith in me and higher being. This is the reality of peace being protected by children, while the wise trade their souls for personal provision. Everything my parents fought for, charades for attention. Around for 5 years, I have been rotting in this prison, a celebration of life, corroded by chaos and captivity on my 14th birthday. So now I am here to dance and sing until I have the strength to find balance and pick up the sword I never claimed.
Damn, that's tough. My life is full of love, support, and community. I'm sorry they did that to you. They did you dirty.
And they honored themselves, and I was the sacrifice. What sacrifices are you guided for?
I'd do anything for my family. I'm just tired of feeling like shit never works out the way it's supposed to whenever I really try to put it together. Getting a hold of this sanity here will mean the end of the sacrifices we've been making our whole lives. What do you know about it?
I know that life is defined by blessings in disguise.
The scene shifts to patience and destiny.
Can you hear what they're saying?
A little. And I can read lips pretty well too.
So?
So where did you go? Where have you been? I mean, I swear one day I ask about you and my brother can't hide the smile on his face. And now he can't even hear me when I bring you up.
Yeah, that tracks. Well, I think we both just needed more and didn't expect to end up running into each other like with less.
You blocked him again, didn't you?
Just on social media, damn. I mean, I told him I didn't like his group flirting style, exclusive or not. So, anyways, what's with you and Justice? When did you start rhyming your pickup lines?
I don't know, but I sure do hope to find out. When he speaks, I can't help but catch that flow and ride it into his world. I know I don't know him. Not really. Not yet. But I know I'm supposed to.
Careful about riding your way into other people's lives, especially Jay. He's not fond of easy routes.
I don't want something easy. I want something real. That's why we came here. Caleb may or may not be insane, but either way, we have every right to take our own sanity back. Not just let go of something life-changing just because there's shitty parts we don't like along the way.
Caleb is definitely insane. No doubt about that. But nothing is simple with complicated feelings and no way to reset. I wanted him to be there for me like he shows up for everyone in his life. His heart couldn't be more full and easy to love. But it was clear I was only special when I was convenient for it. I may have overcompensated a little at the end, but the love will always be there. At least for me, anyway.
He's not the most flashy lover after the whole broken engagement thing, you know? You deserve to feel special as you are. And I know my brother couldn't stop talking about the special connection y'all shared. He might not get it right away, but give him grace, and I think you two could work it out. Find a kind of closure.
Oh, I give plenty of grace.
Well, maybe you need to give it to yourself then. I got my own connection that needs my attention. Justice! That's enough for now. Head back up. Caleb, lock in. I'm sending patients next.
Patients protests.
Go talk to him. I know you want to. Ask him about the dream he's had about the sanity.
Patients obliges.
A scene from ancient texts, wherefore out thou, Romeo, calls Juliet.
Again, not intentionally trying to shit on your game, just respectfully leave my little sister out of whatever song and dance you're trying to figure out in jail.
Justice is swept away to her call, pushing past patience to destiny.
Oh, but my friend, I have already fallen for her rhythm. Call it by any other name to believe in. Henceforth, I may find I am singing and dancing for a new reason. I wish I could say I had a place and time to give you more divine treatment.
No
Ugh.
time like the present.
Justice goes into his room and Destiny starts to follow. Patience runs to stop Destiny from entering before heading back downstairs.
Hey, hey, hey! Ground rules. We do not go into patients' rooms except for emergencies.
Yeah, we definitely not doing that.
Chill out, y'all. Damn.
I respect the hustle, girl, but
But nothing. But nothing. You want to kick it with any man not in a mental institution? I'm all ears, Des. But right now, we need to stay focused and secure the patients. He might know something useful for later. Don't get distracted.
Said the man trying to tie up his ex at her job.
What was that?
I heard that and I'm standing right next to you, so I know you heard it too.
There are sounds from behind the doctor's office doors.
That's where the doctors are.
You think they know something?
I know it. You just don't believe it yet.
Crazy how completely ignoring me while interrogating my best friend didn't help.
Best friend? So that's how you replaced me? Look, Patience, have you ever thought maybe us not working has nothing to do with you?
Oh, I know it doesn't. It never does. But what is that supposed to mean to my feelings that are always working their way back to some shit to do with you?
I know! I'm sorry.
How did we end up here? What really happened, Caleb? Nothing to lose at this point, so you might as well say.
You weren't there. And it's hard when you're not there. Then it just didn't feel like us anymore.
What did it feel like?
I don't know. But I knew it wasn't right.
So you did stop having feelings for me.
I wanted them to stop, but I told you I couldn't stop thinking about.
How was I supposed to know what you were thinking when you were thinking about me?
You could have asked.
Well, what then? What could you possibly be thinking about me while living happily ever after?
I've never seen a future with your patients. I see this never-ending present, which makes things even more scary because I feel like I'm flying blind all the time and having the most fun I've ever had learning to sing from this beautiful, grinning goddess. But When you've been at work all day and the one person's arms you need are hundreds and hundreds of miles away, it's not anymore. It was hard, the highs and lows. She made the future make sense again, and she's always there to see it through.
You see,
What?
I asked and you still didn't even answer my question. That's your biggest giveaway, you know? From one deflector to another. Just tell me about the dream so we can figure this shit out.
I've actually always had dreams about you since we into things, but it's hard to talk about really. In this one, you were holding me on the bench and we were standing by the edge of this water. You were clearly in a daze, smiling and nodding and humming under your breath. I said, "What are you smiling over there for?" And you just laughed and said with the biggest grin, "Who's smiling?"
You laughed. I didn't.
Because you're funny as hell. And I just kept getting lost in that light.
What light?
That light you get in your eyes when you look at me.
I don't know what you're talking about, but that story, that's from when we went to Chicago. What does that have to do with this whole sanity thing?
Caleb freezes, struggling with his thoughts, and begins to panic.
It's okay. You're okay. I'm here. I'm just listening. Nothing too dangerous.
I can't remember. I don't know why I can't.
You're confused?
No.
You feel lost because you did something?
I kissed you. We were kissing, and you were trying to make me feel better.
Was it a good kiss? Because if not, then you definitely have me confused with another girl.
It was you all right. And you said that you loved me.
Definitely a dream. I mean,
but your family was unhappy. So I wasn't happy. You know how they were never too excited about me, but you forgave me and you told me to find it. You told me I could and that you would give it to me. In real life, we hadn't spoken in months, but in the dream, you said, "I'll always be there, baby. Always. No matter what. I'm with you in the place where broken minds align with salvation. I'll be waiting until time ends." That's exactly what you said. Then we laid by the lake, our breasts sinking with the waves. It was perfect.
until time ends.
Yeah, you're not sad, but you're crying and you keep whispering until time ends. Haven't had a good night's sleep like that in months. I wanted to ignore it all, but I couldn't shake the feeling like it wasn't a dream for real.
Well, it is true that time doesn't end. I should know after researching everything about it for the past 5 years. But that dream almost sounds, I don't know, like I've had it before or something too. How did you end up finding this facility?
When I started looking into your work, I found this place. I figured the reason I was being brought back to you would become clear eventually. Like, I was supposed to feel better about my life than I do, but I didn't. And I knew I wouldn't until I decoded the dream.
So you did come here because of me.
A dream that you were in. I found out you were working in this facility and it all just started to make sense. And I didn't get as many nightmares anymore. I started seeing my whole life dedicated to this journey, this dream. The more I research, I the more research I did to make it happen, the more I realized success has nothing to do with self-work. When you really break it down, it's not rocket science. Any smart power system knows its supply and understands the source even better to control the demands of the output. Every part of our existence is tied to our mental health. These mental systems make everyone slave away, hoping to be worthy of what's rightfully ours. They work on breaking down the secrets of the mind, meanwhile, making us numb to all these rigid systems and institutions, monetizing wellness in the market of suffering they call success, being comfortable at best. But when does any of it actually get better? It just all adds up when I found you. This place, that you work at.
I love it when you talk about breaking the system.
But we can chop this up later, P. I should tell you some more things. Especially now that everything is better. Um, I'm doing a lot better actually. It's just in my head I get so
I know.
sometimes I figure out how to be the man everybody sees, the man I know I am, the man I see in my head. But sometimes I just can't hear anything outside of all the anxiety about being worthy of it while I keep watching so much shit fall apart, no matter how much love screams at me.
Damn. At least you look together. I mean, how many niggas wear a designer to a robbery?
Well, I've had some of this for a minute, but you can't blame me for trying to look the part to get by nowadays. I still haven't even told my girl yet,
You love your secrets.
but I shouldn't anymore. I'm supposed to be marrying her soon.
Fuck.
Yeah, but I've been really losing it lately. Like, I have all this shit going on, but I'm the same thing in the way. So I've been working, trying to rebuild myself and really make a difference for everybody around me, you know?
Uh, I'm sorry. Did you just say you're getting fucking married? Again?
Yeah, in a few months. She's everything I've wanted for real.
Wow.
I just have to be everything she wants too.
You're always trying to prove something to somebody else, like that's supposed to change something for you.
Who am I if not the man I'm supposed to be? The man I was made to be.
The man that you are.
It's going to take a lot more than that.
How? How could you possibly give what you don't have?
By taking back what was stolen from me.
If that were possible, I'd be with you. But I guess that's nobody's concern.
Oh, come on, P. I'm talking about the stolen sanity they have here. And in the meantime, she's very good for me, actually. I can make things better for her, and she's always there. So everything is always better.
I get it. I guess. So then, was I bad for you?
Yes. No, it's it's not about you, P. You weren't bad for me, but how was I supposed to make you happy? I couldn't make things better for you no matter how we actually shouldn't.
Shit. Des was right. I just didn't make things easier. But it doesn't always get to be easy, nigga. Damn. I wish, I wish I could tell you that I get to be the amazing person that I am because everything in my life is so goddamn easy. I wish I could tell you that it's so easy to choose to be happy or always do what I need to be happy. But it's not. Real relationships are supposed to challenge you so you can grow. In fact, it's not growth if it's easy and familiar.
Well, I didn't ask for all that.
You think I did?
I know, and I'm sorry. It wasn't supposed to be like that, you know? It just felt like it stopped when you disappeared on me. So let's just forget about it and focus on the task at hand.
I wasn't completely gone. You have my number. Nothing in this life is playtime all the time. And that's okay, because that's when it's really time to get to work. Build something real. Talk to me for real. But you know that. You did it off and on because you're used to being someone's partner. You know what it's like to really build something to last. But you also know what it's like to watch it fall apart. And maybe you never healed from watching that happen to your 7 years of slavery to your last ex almost fiance. That's why you left and found another one. But that's also why you always come back. Because you've done that. You know all about relationships. But this is something more than that. It's a miracle our paths not only cross, but align in so many ways, despite our differences. Differences that make none of this shit easy, except when we're together. There's no explanation for the connection we share when that happens. And instead of embracing it, you ran.
You did it first.
You did it last.
It just didn't make sense, P.
If I had $1 for every time your sense didn't make something.
I'm sorry. I just can't take any more risks after everything that I've went through.
I know. I'm sorry I'm not worth the risk.
Robbery, however, does happen to be a risk. Caleb, focus, please.
Just imagine for a second that everything you were saying is true, Pete. Imagine that you really could give or take peace of mind as you please. Imagine how we could change the world.
Like a pill or something?
I don't know exactly what we're looking for yet, but
Scream starts to come from Sharon's room.
Sharon, is everything okay?
Let me out. Let me out.
Just talk to her through the window and don't call her Sharon.
Anthony opens the window and Sharon sticks her head through.
I do. I do. I was at the altar when they told me how much God loves me, how I was chosen to be immortal. My life was a service to their greater God. I just wanted to be loved forever too. You may not know what you're looking for, but I do.
What do you know?
We know everything.
What is she saying, Des?
He says they know everything. I don't know what everything is or who they are.
Because you don't listen. You talk, you speak, you respond to the echo chamber in your head, looking for new answers with the same questions. Let me out. I will speak. The peace you are seeking, I have seen.
She says she wants to help.
bring her down then.
Caleb, she's unstable.
He's offering to help.
Sharon is not your typical dissociative identity case, if that's even what's really going on with her. The community is like her call to power since she's been out of the cult. She'll help us, but there's no telling how she'll take advantage too. It's all she knows. She has no friends here, no community outside of her identities. That's the only way we're able to isolate and begin to treat her.
Pick your poison then, P. The international serial killing dictator or the manipulating cult queen?
Am I bringing her out or no?
Caleb looks at Patience and waits.
Oh, now my opinions matter? Fine. Both.
You were worried about one and now you want to bring both out?
You can't trust Sharon. Nobody understands that more than Frank.
Oh, so you trust the serial killer more than me.
No, I don't quite trust you either way. I'm just trying to pick poisons that can at least blend into a medicine, if nothing else.
Okay. Thank you.
Hello, what's the dealio?
I'm coming up, Des. We are taking the dictator out too. I'll grab him while you get the cult lady.
They have names?
And so did their victims.
I don't know. I'm still calling you by your name, and I think that could apply to me too.
Hey, Caleb, come on, bro. Stop flirting and let's move with some urgency.
Patience keeps distracting me. I'm sorry.
Caleb goes to get Frank and restrains him. Destiny brings out Sharon and restrains her. Patience mocks Caleb while they bring down the patients.
I'm just a big stupid Caleb, and I have all these stupid plans Patience never understands because I'm man and she's little woman, and she doesn't fit in my man world.
Yes, Patience, you always have such a beautiful point of view. Women should find love and purpose in the strength of men.
Thank you, Frank. I forgot I'm not on my couch where I can find love and comfort in the safety of my own home, not held hostage by crazy exes. No offense.
None taken.
Plenty taken.
Why am I here? Where have you taken me?
You begged to come down here and help us.
I need nothing from people like you. I am above your kind of savage being. You need me. I pity the fools you are to need me. All are wants to be free, and they still need and need and need.
This is why women cannot lead. Too many needs to satisfy. It leaves no time to do anything important.
I pity the woman who married you.
Don't. She's the one who turned him in.
What?
My wife would never betray her family. Marina, everything that I am is held together by her loyalty.
How did they catch you?
Marriage counseling.
Huh?
My wife and I have been apart for a while. I've been busy liberating the people of our corrupted and others from their false comforts of life, making sure that they struggled through the end of their miserable human experiences to create a more honest world for us all. I talk a lot about this in my sessions with Dr. Soul. There was a countless toll of complete freedom from any deception because the truth is in life after death. Life may be unfair, but death is righteous. They breathe with no pulse and love with no heart. I destroy to create true warriors, and they bring me armies and an eternal empire. No matter the country or culture, my will is divine because it is true. I am the liberator of this world with a strategy that the churches whisper to be of the devil. They threatened my marriage when I did not obey them. I am God's commandment. How could I obey anything less? My wife arranged a compromise for counseling sessions, and before I knew it, I had signed my life away to imprisonment in the United States.
Sounds like a woman was all it took to take you down then.
Take me down? No, senorita, you misunderstand. My wife is the heart and soul of my life and my family. She will always do her duty. Now, I imagine they have expanded, so she is busy, but she will return for me eventually. She always respected her place and kept her focus on our family. Su amor vale más que millones de estrellas. Her beauty is in her pride, a pride that would leave us apart for some time when we disagreed. She has a weakness for the people that keeps them quiet, but I am less fond of silence. Otherwise, I would not have married her. I have no weaknesses and have no shortage of women to tend to my strength for her when we're apart, like Dr. Soul.
He would never.
She is like my wife is all I mean. She is like my wife is all I mean. Their dedication makes them perfect victims. I was liberating my wife's pueblos nativos when she found me and demanded I do my duty with purpose. I married her soon after. While I strategically liberate the world with violence, she tranquilos the chaos with care for new life, and I cherish her for it. Even now, I know she will be dutiful to the end.
She sends the kids to visit, but never comes herself. I keep telling you to rethink that strategy.
And yet, I will escape now thanks to your lover, that you strengthened for his wife. Women generally lack strategy, so it will not make sense to you, Princessa, but it will happen.
How did you?
Thin walls, thick truths.
Truth's hurt to hear sometimes, doesn't it?
That is not the truth.
Nothing of love or duty, you self absorbed excuse for a human being. I am the eater of souls, queen of eternal suffering. My community will rise again and show you all the truth you can no longer ignore in my power.
No one cares about your cult, coño.
I care. Soul eater? What do you mean by that?
They did it. They didn't give me a choice. I was so little when they took me to the altar. They were waiting. We needed to escape eternal damnation. I was the first. I was already dying before I learned how to read. We look at each other. She was so scared. I was dying. That's all I knew. Then he held me while they stabbed me in the back. She didn't know. She wanted to save me too. And now I am here with all the others. We're lost in salvation with no hope for freedom. Where's Dr. Soul?
Sharon looks around and breaking out in a fit of spasms.
Great. This is what happens when you feed the crazy.
Let me help. Just let me out of these restraints. I'll help you. Just let me help her, please.
Stupid lady, lazy animal-looking bitch. Don't breathe. Don't breathe. Don't breathe. You take and take and take. I just want to have and have and have, but you won't let me have it because you take and take and take. I need more space. I need more space.
You sure?
I don't know if
I do. Please, trust me. I can help.
Caleb hesitates and Destiny unties her.
I have supervised a few sessions with Dr. Soul. When this happens, she is being stretched too thin from all the attachments within her being. There is no name for everything she is experiencing. She is overwhelmed with all the extensions of self that can't escape her body.
Patience approaches Sharon.
The only way to reach her is to find a way to her center with her. Colors help. She can always find colors and other sensory things to identify her environment until she can understand. But there's also...
Patience gets closer to Sharon, but never touches. She begins to mirror her movements.
Using an actual mirror disturbs her mind. The dissonance between her physical reality and emotional experience are too polarized. But at her most core need, there is always connection.
Sharon begins to mirror Patience. The balance between their movements begin to be led by Patience.
What do you see?
I see.
Patience holds her connection with Sharon.
See?
The sacrifices it takes. The sacrifices they made. Sacrifices for better. It will get better.
what kind of sacrifices.
Willing or not, they all live on through me. I can feel them all searching for a peace I have never known inside me.
Because they want to be free of you and your empty purpose in life. Nothing can fill that void. Do you even know how many people were sacrificed to your hypocrisy? You speak of living like you don't suck the life out of everything around you. My people may fear me, but they know I will never call it love. I met a real demon the day I met her.
I feel their every dream, every memory, every hope, every fear, every trauma, and every reality they ever faced. Yes, I am guilty of taking their freedom by choice or otherwise. But I grieve for them just as much as I grieve for myself. Believe it or not, Frank, sometimes the truth isn't so black and white for everyone. Not part of me enjoyed the sacrifices, but I was forced to participate in. But I cannot deny how I have saved the souls within me, by choice or otherwise. Strategies aside, sometimes people choose to be a part of the bigger picture.
Those people within you are damned along with your meaningless mirage. They're stuck on your broken clock of cowardly grief and living on borrowed time. so you can hide from the truth.
Hiding? None of us are. Culture eats strategy for breakfast. We are united in this journey now. Whatever it is, at least we are together.
We live this world the same way we arrived, alone. I, for one, can't wait for those souls to be free of you, witch. And I hope you rot in the emptiness that is left.
Hey, that's enough from both of you.
Yeah, but are y'all listening to them?
Can we not? It's not like they're letting anybody else talk.
They are arguing about superhuman connections to personal states of being
As if they know something about the physical form of sanity that's hidden here.
Even if they don't know it.
This may sound a little anime-ish, but if they have a soul eater and a soul freer in the same facility, they at least know and study the movement of intangible matter.
So what? Cartoons or reality TV, and we're either absorbed or abandoned in this life?
Not necessarily, but I'll bet the sanity that's hidden here can be. Just based off the experimental models I found on Peace Computer.
No, I see and make all the reports. Anything that means something about them, I know.
Did you know about the soul eater thing?
Sharon wouldn't be the first victim to take on personality traits of other victims, but I've never really heard Frank talk like this before. His case always seemed so straightforward. Death and pain are the only certainties to him, and therefore he idolizes them. But what if he's really seen life in it this whole time? Life is nearly the opposite of idolatry and immortality. He's not thinking about when his clock stops. He's waiting for it to start. He knows of an entirely new dimensional experience in between time as we know it. And Sharon is so used to the impossibility of this dimensional sensation. Only color can ground her. There must be a connection between color and the perceptive experience of separate realities. And Sharon most definitely knows it.
Caleb is stunned by her revelations.
You got a little drool right there.
Shut up.
I think she knows more than she shared.
You all mentioned Dr. Soul. She's the common thread.
I say we send Sharon in her office. I sneak in behind her, save Frank for emergency distraction.
I am not some Sancho for this white woman and her weak will. My legacy, my niños showed me about women like this. As the mejor man and Dr. Soul's favorite, I should be the one to get her.
As the person that she recruited to pay my bills and not in prison for life, I have to disagree.
No one likes to show off patience.
So then Patience should be the one to get to Soul. We can create some kind of commotion out here and lure her out to give us the answers we need.
As long as you promise not to hurt her, okay? It'll need to be some sort of emergency situation to get her to come outside, since she obviously isn't inclined to with hostile intruders taking over.
And Sharon is the least stable, so she'd be the most concerned if it had something to do with her.
Okay? You should also.
What? Say it.
You should also create a distraction for Dr. Washington. We don't know who knows what, but we could take advantage to actually get ahead of him if he doesn't.
Easy enough. Me and Caleb distract Dr. Washington and...
Sounds simple enough for me and Frank to do. You should be good to steer clear of all of it.
Caleb, you don't get to tell me...
Somebody should stay with Justice and Pockets upstairs. You can get a good bird's eye view on everything. And Dr. Soul will be less suspicious if she only sees me and Sharon.
Whatever. I'm just a little sister that knows everybody better than they know themselves.
Thanks, Des. Can you go get Sharon and Frank in position before you head up?
Destiny shakes up with Caleb, goes to position Sharon and Frank. then heads upstairs and finds her position near Justice's room.
It's still so amazing how much you trust yourself. When you take charge, it's
Don't mistake it for confidence, but thank you.
nah, if you really listen, it's more than confidence. It's love. Not hard to fall in line with your plan, I mean.
Caleb goes to grab a weapon for Patience.
You should have one of these with you.
Patience hesitates but grabs the weapon.
Why would I need this?
I need you to have it. Something to protect yourself as best as you can. This is not your average everyday bullshit at work. And hopefully no day will be the same after this ever again.
It's new beginnings.
Patience readies her weapon and tucks it away safely.
To love.
I'm sure you all know this plan is crazy, mainly because it hinges on the most unhinged people in the facility.
Normally, I would blame the terrorists, but I haven't seen Sol all day. She's the only Ohala in this prison, and I'm starting to vamos loco.
I get how risky all of this sounds, but if all of this turns out to be true, there's no telling how risky it would be not to try.
Patience, we know you are sending more, but I don't know how much longer this charade will support your cause. It is unbecoming of a beautiful lady like yourself.
Sometimes, instead of identifying what's going on with everybody else, you can take some time to deal with your own shit instead, Frank. Since you think everything is about you, the ferryman between death and what's next, I wonder what it felt like to be snatched back from heaven every time you made that journey. How much does it hurt to find out where everyone else is headed, not knowing what's on the other side for you? Is the world as simple as you say when you have existed separate from it for so long? Or are you just seeing the endless connections that you never had to your own community because you're too busy destroying it before it destroys you?
¿Sabes qué?
All right, so the plan is simple enough. The girls will get Sol, and we'll focus on creating some noise to distract Washington while they get Sol out of the office and into the open.
Then what?
Hopefully, she'll help us. If not, we'll help her, and then I know she will return the favor. Secrets aside, Sol is a woman of extraordinary character. But the two of you should probably stay out of sight. We don't want to overwhelm her with too many people she doesn't trust.
She loves me.
Understood. All right, look alive. Little sis, we're getting active. Everybody else got it?
Sharon and Frank shake their heads in disagreement.
Good, Sharon. Follow Patience's lead. Frank, don't test me.
Patience goes to Sharon by Dr. Sol's office door. Caleb goes to Frank by Dr. Washington's office door.
Best way to get Sol's attention is authentically.
Right.
I'm going to tell her that you need her, but she isn't going to believe it if it isn't true.
Right.
Just think about the ways you need Sol. The ways she's helped you since you've been here. Think about how you could need her now. Which of you needs her now?
Be careful.
Stay out of sight when she comes out.
Caleb rolls out some more smoke. Caleb and Frank begin to rattle and disturb Dr. Washington's door, and they disappear in the smoke. Destiny finds her position on the balcony, and Justice exits his room and joins her. Patience and Sharon begins to approach Dr. Sol's door. Patience begins knocking on the door. Frank starts to create a beat on the door. Caleb vibes with it. Patience signals them to stop. Caleb pulls out a small piece of paper and starts to write while they wait.
Dr. Sol? Dr. Sol! Nari, come on. We can get out of here while they're distracted in Dr. Washington's office. Nari? It's Sharon. She's losing it. Please.
The door unlocks and Nari peeks her head through.
Patience! Come on, come inside.
You have to come out. We need to get out of here while we still can.
Please don't let us die. I didn't make my sacrifice to die like this.
Naren screams.
Careful.
Ugh, all right, but you better be right about this.
Nari exits her office into the smoky room coughing.
Where the hell are y'all?
Right here. Come sit at the tables. These men went into Dr. Washington's office. They said they're looking for sanity or something. They talked about stealing back mental health the government has been draining this country of for centuries.
But that would obviously be crazy.
Are you all right, Sharon? You seem more yourself than usual.
I guess chaos makes good company for all the chaotic people that I am.
I always used to tell Dr. Washington he was too coy with those unfortunate souls you cling to.
Will they be okay in there with him? Is he safe?
Director Washington is a lost cause for everything he's done, for who he is. Nobody is safe with him. That's how we ended up in this mess in the first place. Energy that is in motion stays in motion, and he lets it take him instead of guiding it. And energy needs no center. It prefers chaos.
What are you saying?
You think everyone just started losing their minds yesterday? This world is a reflection of its inhabitants, always has been and always will be. That safety and serenity of being that most of us were born into is energy with matter. It doesn't just disappear because we forget about it. Most people don't think twice about the possibility that it could actually go somewhere that's as real as the absence it leaves behind.
Somewhere like here?
Some of it, yes. I brought my emergency kit just in case. Let me take a look at Sharon before we leave. Sharon, if you please.
Naren sits while Nari begins to check her vitals with various tools.
Do you have some with you? Is that what all of this has been about all along?
It's not so simple, but all of the patients here have advanced our research in one way or another. So, yes, I pride myself on saving brilliant minds from death row in a savage country, if nothing else.
Savage cunt.
How patriotic. At least allow me to ensure you have a heart to dedicate to your cause.
Nari begins to look for a stethoscope.
What does it look like? How do you take it?
Lots of different ways, but most successful attempts have been administered directly to the heart.
How does it work?
We're still figuring that part out. It's easy enough to collect with the right tools. Quantum physics laid the groundwork in 1900. The Great Depression was the first official successful harvest we know of, although alchemical sciences have existed since the beginning of time, so there's no telling who was the first to do it. Back then we used banks. Now we use technology. It's much faster, a lot less HR issues. And we know how to hold it well enough, but the administration of the energy is the issue. It's only been either very disruptive or taken a completely adverse effect, almost inspiring an addictive dependency from those that have engaged with it. The genocidal oppressive patterns of the country have collected enough by now, but ironically, it's usually stolen or wasted at the end of the day. We were supposed to be here trying to do something different, but where's my damn stethoscope?
Nari continues to look in her bag. Patience looks up at the balcony to check in and finds Destiny's gaze. Destiny motions toward a corner of the room. Patience moves around, searching for pockets.
When did she get out?
Pockets have never truly been imprisoned. Her place in this world has no location or destination. She is not connected to a purpose beyond the present where she finds her freedom to be unlimited.
Justice continues to gaze at her. Destiny smiles.
Sounds like a gift. Focus. There are lives at stake.
Stakes are set where we choose to settle. My focus would never stray from the serenity of your evolution.
Justice and Destiny intently watch the scene below. Patience finds pockets and catches her by the hood of her jacket.
Hey,
Give me the stethoscope.
what stethoscope?
May I please use the stethoscope? I'll give you a good checkup before we leave as well.
Leave. Are you serious? Oh, anything to free me from these unseasoned foods.
Pockets brushes to give Nari the stethoscope.
You're just going to leave all that energy and research for Dr. Washington to decide what to do with it? Why even check their vitals when everything they need is really in there? Are you really ready to let all that work go to waste?
What are you suggesting?
We could take it back.
Oh, now we are speaking my language.
We still don't know how to use it properly or how to transport it without disrupting the energy. Even then, how will you decide who gets what goes where? Are you prepared to deal with the consequences of a failed transfer? The only people that have survived the transfusion with minimal side effects are here. That's what's so special about all of the patients here. They're not crazy. They're the only people so far that have been able to survive the process and ingest the matter. Clinically speaking, they're the most sane people on the planet.
Even me?
Especially you. But I have a feeling Dr. Washington's liking to you may not have been as supportive of your own personal progress as much as his own.
What do you mean?
He's been working on turning it into a drug, despite our setbacks, even enhancing some of its capabilities so it's more addictive than healing.
Why?
Power. That's why they do everything. They think it is a medicine for pain.
Possibly. In the end, the energy was stolen anyway. They collect more and more by the day because it's easy enough to take, but harder to use. The biggest setback in our research has been reminding them we are co-creators at best with the matter. But it is reluctant to do anything other than its original intended purpose. Dr. Washington fed his destructive mannerisms and selfish ways into your other personalities. I wouldn't say you arrived in a particularly gentle manner, but the violence, the ignorance, the sheer lack of humanity since then, that's all new for you and all too familiar to me.
So there's no question then. We can't leave without it.
I agree with Princess. Isn't that what she called you?
Ahem. Ahem. Let's just focus on a plan, okay? Where is this thing and how do we get it out of here?
Oh, I got it covered.
She's stolen some of it once or twice before.
Well, why else would you put so many protections around something if you didn't expect them to be broken?
So you knew it was real this whole time?
I didn't know what it was. I just knew it was important because of everything around it. But it didn't seem to be doing it any good since I got here. So obviously, I had to free it from the shit standards around it.
And you want me to believe these are the most sane people on the planet?
Pockets has faced remarkable circumstances and trauma. She's never known any decency beyond the senseless wars of men, subjugated by the shame of others that throw bombs at the deprived and hide their hands behind money and politics, all in the name of a god to make her completely powerless, as if they can exchange suffering for salvation. And yet, somehow she transmutes these negative electromagnetic waves into a higher frequency that receives the transfer very well. So to speak plainly, receiving the sanity may require a certain level of insanity, at least as it would appear to us.
I'll get the sanity if that's the only thing to holding us back from leaving Big P. Even Gwen Stefani said she couldn't doubt me.
Your skills have improved. Let's hope they'll be enough to save you from Dr. Washington.
You really believe Dr. Washington would do something like that? For this?
Death is always a sacrifice. A sacrifice we take and sacrifice.
Pocket should have some backup.
This fight for freedom is one that you, not so much. No offense, but I got this.
Buckets motions for the stethoscope. Nari reluctantly gives her the stethoscope. Frank comes out of hiding and Caleb comes out of behind him.
And I thought I was supposed to be the asshole.
You are an asshole.
Frank? And who are you? What's going on? Are you one of the people that broke in?
Mi corazon. This is the famous Caleb.
Caleb?
Caleb.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all really don't have much else to talk about, do you?
This is my ex. That's not really my ex, but everybody, let's just not do this right now when there's more pressing matters at hand.
It's okay, Big P. Like you always say, sometimes you just want Daddy to pick you up in the whip and call you a pretty princess while you ride off into the sunset getting high as hell. Now is your chance.
I know I shouldn't ask someone to kill me right now, but I very much want to.
You can't be serious about sending in a child.
Wait a little, and you'll see all you can learn from a child. I'll use this fancy thing to break in.
How did you know? I'm sorry. How do you know it's not something a little more high tech?
Then it'll be even easier to work with, old man. Weight on my shoulders, to me it's not like weight on my shoulders, to me it's like feathers. All hail Wheezy, call it bad weather.
Lost the poet, but now we're dealing with a wannabe rapper. And how old do you think I am?
He's a kid, Caleb. Cursive is an ancient script she's only seen in movies.
You know what cursive is, and I could help you with your rhymes. I heard you practicing with Frank.
There's no denying this little girl's a terrorist, but I trust Soul, and if Soul trusts her, then so do I. We sane people have to sit together, right?
And it's settled. We should get Sharon out of here. I think she's had enough action for today.
August finds a spot to rest with a Cheshire cat smile on her face.
Her, or the people that were sacrificed in demon worship, or the people that were sacrificed in demon worship within her.
I can stay with her outside in the lobby.
I don't know. Sharon seems a little off, and it's time to get this shit on the road. I hope you get her settled out there.
Caleb and Soul grab Sharon and start to take her to the lobby.
No, I will protect mi corazon.
Frank, we've been through this. It is pronounced Dr. Soul.
Frank stops close by Patience and nudges her, while secretly lifting her weapon off of her.
Of course, mi corazon. Go get your man, sis.
Absolutely. Never call me that again.
Maybe you said that one a lot too.
Frank replaces Caleb but offers little support to Sharon as they exit with Nari to the lobby. Patience fidgets with her hands anxiously. Caleb holds them and leads her to the couch. Above on the landing, Justice and Destiny continue to keep a close watch.
The stage is set for the unthinkable.
Then we must not allow it to be guided by thoughts.
In prisons of the mind, thoughts are the only key to freedom.
Beyond thinking, there is knowing, and our minds know very little without our hearts and spirit. We must invest in the more divine design to this moment and hold it responsible for a higher purpose, beyond thoughts and prisons. If we are in the unthinkable, we must protect it from the unbelievable. I will not lose this fight.
Justice grabs her hand.
We will not lose this fight.
In the lobby, Nari comforts Sharon on the couch while Frank hovers over them.
You really believe Dr. Washington corrupted me?
You're hoping you were born that way?
Frank, if you could go and grab some water for us, that would be great.
Anything for mi corazon.
Frank goes to get fixed cups of water from the dispenser in the lobby and sets them on a small table near the couch.
I do know Dr. Washington didn't help, and I would have intervened more, but he was very adamant about his work with you, and you with him.
He understands the value of treatment for sacrifices I carry. He should not keep it a secret.
It has little value, Sharon, at least as of now. He has mostly just encouraged a dependency within the other identities that you can't support, increasing your outbursts and decreasing your control.
It's not about me. Some people just have a higher calling to share with others and not hoard it for ourselves.
Sharon, you have no sense of the concept of self. You can't, not like this. Whatever stability you think you achieved for them with Dr. Washington is an illusion that he made for you. The energies inside of you are trapped and you're being not saved by it. They are not happy and never will be like this. An exorcism-like treatment should have been done a long time ago because you take treatments just fine, Sharon, but they receive nothing. That's the tension you feel. Your own pseudo-saviorism and the prisoners that will not allow you to rest until they do.
In the interim, Nari pulls out her kit and finds some pills and offers them to Sharon. Sharon reluctantly takes the pills from Nari in her hand.
You can never understand the responsibility of power, Dr. Soul. Power is a numbers game, and that is precisely why you will always lose.
The power you create is an illusion, and that will continue to drive you insane until you accept that it is a lie.
They fear their own power. They need me to not be afraid anymore.
Fear is inevitable, and courage is the kindest part of life that you deprive yourself and others of when you sit in your fear. Take your medicine and lay down. You know how quick the drowsiness kicks in.
Sharon goes to get a cup of water and pretends to take the pills. She discreetly drops each of her pills in the other 2 cups and passes them to Frank and Ari.
We are not afraid of anything. You'll see.
Ari begins to sip her water.
What was that, Sharon?
Frank downs his cup completely.
Never mind her lies, mi corazon. I'll watch the door just in case anything goes wrong with Washington.
Back in the community space, Caleb comforts patients as they sit in front of the couch. The television screen looks like crackling white snow from lack of signal. Pockets continues to prepare herself across the room, creating makeshift tools for her break-in. Destiny and Justice remain on the second floor overseeing the scene.
I'll know when I'm ready and set you up in your positions.
I can't believe all this shit is really happening right now. Hell, I'm gonna need some therapy after all this.
Everything will be okay. I promise. You're shaking. You're always so cold here.
Caleb scoots in close to warm up patients.
Can't help it. I'm a wannabe anemic.
Well, we shouldn't get too comfortable. The clock is still ticking. But I'm glad you believe me now.
I believe that all of this is, well, I don't know what all of this is really. I'm losing my shit trying to understand. And I can't show that because someone has to keep some perspective, otherwise all hell will break loose in here.
Maybe it needs to.
What?
We all heard Soul when she said, those have been through. We all heard Soul when she said, those that have been through hell are the most capable of reaching heaven. Is there a heaven in the chakra?
Not in the biblical sense, but I guess ascension is an eternal experience, so yes. But it's not something you strive for. It's something you carry and work on every day.
So even when all hell breaks loose, you're safe. Even when you feel lost, you're creating a connection to how you find yourself, to decide who you want to be. Become the love you need to heal. Speak your truth clearly in every conversation, including the ones with yourself. To see beyond the circumstances of life and understand the bigger picture.
And understand the bigger picture. You were listening to my spiritual rants.
Always. It's not just always as useful in the ways that I need it to be. The sanity will change everything, though.
I believe that you still don't need it anyways. All that sanity and all you want to do is live up to everybody else's expectations.
Mm.
What about you? Anybody who can't love you completely doesn't truly love you, even if that person really is just you at the end of the day. Complete love includes your flaws and inspires you to grow with them, because you'll always have them. Love is more than a responsibility, it's a privilege. You taught me that.
They instinctively lean in closer. Caleb grabs Patience's hand.
In our little world that we made, yeah, you're right. I've never known anything like it or anyone like you. I have been in love, though, and it's just not reliable. We have this unconditional love, and I just need some more conditions in my life right now, you know, as my maps make sense of the bigger picture.
If I had $1 for every time.
Yeah, I know.
Neither of us wanted to fall in love, but we did, I think, spectacularly and spontaneously. The perfect rom-com setup. But life isn't a movie, and there's no script. Love comes around when it's supposed to and leave when it's supposed to. Sometimes for no good reason at all. Don't run away from the honor because you're scared to lose it or face or force it to be how you want it to be. Just wait and see and learn. I promise it'll all be more worth it in the end that way. It was with you.
Please, P. All the bullshit I did to you, I don't deserve that.
The right love teaches a personal transcendence outside of time, outside of life. It's not something to deserve or do to anyone. It's something to learn and make something beautiful out of every chance you get for yourself. Sanity or no, your love set me free in more ways than one, and I will always be grateful to you for that, no matter what happens next.
They kiss. The kiss intensifies. Pockets notices and immediately turns away. She sneaks out her music player and starts to quietly rap Lil Wayne lyrics. Above, Destiny and Justice discuss the moment.
I love seeing my brother so happy, but I don't know if I need to see this part.
It's his right. He just has to believe that too. The weight of our existence starts within, and our experience is determined by that truth.
He will. He is happiness in the flesh. His spirit and soul were his spirit and soul will soon follow. I can feel it in my chest.
Sharon sneaks back into the facility unnoticed by all except Destiny and Justice. Nari is asleep on the couch and Frank is asleep at the desk.
Trouble comes to paradise like moth to flame.
Sharon. She must be lost. Why is she lurking around? What need does she have that can be found in secret?
She will take what she cannot face and hide in the troubles that are left in their wake.
Sharon sneaks through the room toward Dr. Washington's door.
Frank. She might use shadows to protect her from the light, but in the shadows is where Frank has lived his whole life. He will now protect this fight. He will not allow her to bring troubles tonight.
Nari suddenly awakens and looks for Sharon. She peeks her head through the cracked security door and sees Patience and Caleb, then surveys the room.
The truth cannot protect us from each other. Pictures will remain unpuzzled by pieces that cannot fit together. This moment belongs to a higher perspective we can only long to discover.
Frank sneaks over by Patience and takes her unattended gun. Dr. Soul enters quietly and quickly makes her way to Sharon.
Sharon, what are you doing?
I am not afraid of what is coming. Dr. Washington knows the truth. You think we sit in fear because you can't accept that we understand the world has to belong in some way? We all have to belong somewhere. We all have to decide the kind of world we want to live in, and I choose the one that is made together.
You say this as you secretly betray the current community you are in.
I say this with courage to do what is right. Do you think if this wasn't the right thing to do, that it would be so difficult?
Difficult for you, Sharon. This has been my main point that I can never express to you clearly enough. Because for most people that care about their community, it would be more difficult to betray their friends while they sleep.
We have all betrayed Dr. Washington, and I won't allow it any longer.
Sharon moves quickly for the door. Nari lunges after her. The two begin to tussle quietly.
Sharon, I can't let you do this.
Just as Nari tries to call for help, Sharon begins to strangle her. Above it all on the platform, Justice and Destiny watch intently.
Freedom is a birthright she will never understand because she chooses fear.
We cannot sit by idly and allow her fear to kill us all. We have to do something.
You are too far to avoid causing a scene to cement the fate of Sharon's will. Is this what you choose? Or will you allow for a path that is more complete?
Allowing the path to unfold instead of controlling my own feet?
Are you not controlling them now? Instead of allowing them to lead?
It seems even stillness is an act that can be disguised as passive, but I feel as though I am actively at war, stuck in time.
Listen to the present and allow it to be your guide.
Below, the two women continue to tussle. Frank enters through the cracked door community space. Nari continues to struggle and starts to lose consciousness. Frank aims the gun.
If you won't accept your place here, We will have to put you where you belong. There's nothing I can do. We're too strong.
He will kill her.
We will all reap what we've sown.
He will kill her.
For every sin, we must atone.
He will kill her.
Her life is not her own.
Nari kicks and swings her way out from Sharon's chokehold. Frank fires the gun, hitting Nari instead of Sharon. Sharon screams and begins to cry. Patience screams and Caleb covers her. They duck down behind the couch. Pockets tuck and rolls to hide under the table. Sharon throws herself at Dr. Washington's door.
Dr. Washington! Dr. Washington, please! They've killed Dr. Soul. Please, Dr. Washington, I need your help. Don't let them hurt me. Please, please, please.
Dr. Washington's door opens.
Save me, please. Please, please, please save me. I need to be saved. I can't breathe. I can't.
Frank!
Patience pulls Frank down behind the couch. Caleb rolls out more smoke for cover.
What the hell is happening?
I was aiming for Sharon. She was going to Washington. I was aiming for Sharon.
Patience. The door. The door, it's open.
Caleb sneaks off into the smoke toward Dr. Washington's office.
I have to go to her. I have to go to her.
Patience carefully takes the gun back from Frank.
Frank, are you okay? Can you hear me? Caleb?
Dr. Washington emerges from his office with a machine gun. Above on the platform, Destiny and Justice are locked into the chaos.
In a moment or less, everything changes for a mission that was missing resonance with reason.
This is not a mission and never was. The message from the higher perspective is that we are here for more than ends and means. We are here to understand the meaning of everything.
Everything that is connected in a balance. Everything else will eventually become a challenge.
To create character instead of following a story.
And in this, I should find love, everlasting devotion. I will find my story in the palm of your hand, and your character entwined into mine as long as I know your heart will always be my son.
Now isn't the time for professions of love. Find strength in our fight and tell me you love me another night.
Songs of love will last for all time.
Dr. Washington stands in the lit doorway. Sharon scrambles to clutch his leg. Caleb continues to move discreetly to Dr. Washington's office.
I am humbled by your efforts and inspired by your initiative. Come out of hiding, face me, and release your fears. I have what you need. I can help.
Dr. Washington glances down at Nari. No one comes out of hiding.
Sharon, who are our new friends?
Patience, Pockets, Frank, Caleb, Destiny, Justice.
Come out slowly with your hands up. At this point, only I have the answers to free you from desperation.
Slowly, everyone except Pockets and Caleb reveals themselves with hands in the air. Justice stands before Destiny on the railing. Destiny has her weapon aimed and ready. Patience also lightly holds her gun. Frank leans on Patience, still in shock.
Well, don't you all look like shit?
Some of us have been busy with the hostile takeover, so we can't all get as much sleep as you.
Yes, well, my nap that I was rudely awakened from by the screams of our patients.
Dr. Washington takes a step and hits Nari on the floor.
I warned you, the job was more intense than you're ready for. Aren't you glad they never listened to you about how to run this place?
Nari spits at him.
That is unbecoming. I do hope you find some way to survive soon. Where are the others?
Where the all-seeing eyes blink and stutter to speak.
Justice, I apologize for missing our session. Thank you for apprehending the culprit. Take care of her down here.
She is taken by the care and strength of a devotion that is beyond your comprehension.
Caleb reaches Dr. Washington's door. Nari struggles to stop him before falling unconscious.
A crush? Fascinating. I would have never prescribed this. I'm truly amazed it even happened on its own. Congratulations. But we cannot afford to lose sight of our progress, and you cannot afford to leave this facility. None of you can. It's here or the table. Now, bring her, please.
I cannot be brought where I lead.
Destiny and Justice make their way down from the landing. Caleb slips inside Dr. Washington's office. Only Pockets notices.
Oh, and you speak in verse as well. Brava. Well, it's all for naught. I'm afraid all this was. I disrupted the compound structure of our supply. It's all gone. Anything left inside is as deadly as the idea of it escaping this facility.
Pocket sneaks to Dr. Washington's office behind Caleb.
You stole it to begin with.
I harvested a resource that has limited resourcefulness to the masses when not administered correctly.
You can't administer nature.
But we do it all the time, don't we? Especially us. We have all coerced nature in one way or another.
And yet, nature is happening here and now against my will.
It was your will to submit to your pattern to kill. Why use the gun if not? Did you think that Sharon would win a fight 2-on-1? What happened to your love of struggle for your victim?
It was meant for Sharon. Nari was dying. I had to do something.
So you pulled the trigger and willed the end of her life.
It was an accident. That's the worst part. I have never made a mistake like this in my life. To carelessly end a life in a hurry with no thought or planning. I cannot understand this. A meaningless death. I've never been so wrong.
Meaning is man-made.
What you said in your demise.
This is not my demise. Not today, anyway. Come, everyone. We'll find more suitable arrangements for our work while this issue is resolved.
Sharon stays by Nari's body.
Help! 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 Please! Please! Please!
Sharon, come.
You don't have to go.
We all must go. We cannot be without a way to go, even without you.
Sharon goes toward Dr. Washington. Frank goes to Nari.
Well, we can let enforcement decide what to do about the rest of them. As long as we have each other, Sharon, we can create new truths together and unlock the key to the whole world. We can keep it all safe and never be afraid again.
Dr. Washington exits, and Sharon struggles behind him.
I have to save Nari. Dr. Soul! Dr. Soul!
Well, hurry it up then.
Nari? You're okay?
No, not at all, but I am alive. At least for a little while longer.
We have to get her to a hospital.
Please.
Frank lifts up Nari.
Here, let Caleb and Justice help. Caleb? Caleb? Caleb, where you at?
Pockets appears from Dr. Washington's office, struggling to carry Caleb's limp body in a small bag. Destiny and Justice rush to help and take him from her.
He didn't know what Washington did before he went in.
What?
He went inside the office. By the time I got there, he was already on the ground with one of the bad ones in his chest.
Patience looks at the bag and lets out terrified gasp as she falls to her knees. Pockets rushes to hold her over Caleb's body.
I don't understand what's wrong with him.
Destiny tries checking his vitals as Justice lays him on the ground.
I tried to stop him without drawing too much attention, but I blacked out.
We'll fix him.
It's too late. I'm sorry. I really tried, P. I'm so sorry.
Patient weeps, laying over Caleb.
No. No.
Justice takes Destiny into his arms as she cries.
In the time of battle, the weight of the sword has swung and cannot be undone.
No. No, no, please. Please, God. I'm begging you, please. Caleb, I need you to be okay. Please. Please be okay. You promised everything would be okay.
I can't speak on swords when my brother is on the other end. When did this happen? How did I not see? Why him? Why now?
He is freed in ways that will feel cold for a while.
And will grow to become an everlasting warmth in his wake, the spark for an eternal flame of love and light, more life than you have ever physically seen, because now his spirit is free to be at peace in a new adventure unseen.
My brother is gone, Justice. There is no warmth anymore. Washington's day will come like every day that does, but for me, no day will ever be the same again. What I have lost has no replacement that can make me whole, my best friend.
We'll always be there for you. I'm only at the beginning of an unlimited world of quantum physics, but I can say love is a mysteriously strong, energetic force, the kind that has answers science cannot even begin to explain. Although I will endeavor to do more towards this study, I will not give up hope on increasing the human experience without increasing pain and suffering.
Most important weight in the scales of this life. Promise that while the scales have changed, there will always be a sort of balance if you allow it.
And besides, it wasn't all for nothing.
Pockets grabs a small bag from Patience and shakes it around. The sound of items jingling inside can be heard.
You got it!
What was left that the doctor didn't. I knew there had to be some left. Your people don't call them white lies for no reason. I saw what Caleb took and grabbed what didn't look the same.
Patience pulls a crumbled piece of paper out of Caleb's pocket.
What does it say?
Treasure was hard to find until I met you. Every time I close my eyes and see you, riding forever, I'll always be the engine behind you. Maybe we can keep trying again and again, find our timing. Kisses in my head all night. Always yours and mine.
Poetic. I'm sure his fiance will love it. I didn't think that he had it in him.
My brother is everything. There's nothing he couldn't do. We have to protect what's left, keep it safe. We can't let anyone destroy his lasting impact on the world.
Or set it free. I don't know how, but I know that there must be a way to be free with the sanity we have. Avoid repeating the mistakes of your oppressors.
And so it will be.
I've got to get this woman to a hospital.
Hey, follow me. I know a shortcut to the medical unit here. It's called Miragen. Not sure what all they do there, but I'm sure if they can't patch you up, we can find what we need to do it ourselves. I've done it plenty of times before with the wars.
Maybe they'll have something useful to help with the sanity.
Pockets leaves and Frank follows behind carrying Nari. Patience remains kneeling in tears and Destiny rushes back to comfort her. Pockets trails back in behind her.
Until time ends. Until time ends. Until time ends.
For things like this, there is no end. Forever. That's what it meant in the dream this whole time.
I have watched many friends rest after war, then treated like garbage when they needed to be saved or buried, at least when I needed that for them. Instead, they taught me true freedom. Nothing will keep them because they are, as we always have been, free from war. This one and all the others. He is free, but he will never be far. He will keep fighting with you. I know it.
I just wanted to hear him say it once. To me. I love you. I love you. I just wanted more time.
He knew. And he loved you too, sis. More than he could say in his own way. I mean, look at the note. I love you too, princess. And we'll get through this together. You'll see, and he'll see it too. He's going to change the world. This is only the beginning.
Destiny carefully hugs Patience.
I can't leave him.
I know.
Pockets, please. My soul is dying.
I'm still very alive and a doctor.
Pockets begins to leave, pulling Destiny with her.
I'll be with them until you return, my warrior of light. Even in this darkness, the stars shine around you, and he is here forever.
Destiny does one last handshake with Caleb before she exits with Pockets. Justice and Patience remain. Patience sobs in silence for a moment. She starts to hyperventilate. Justice holds and gently consoles her.
Songs of love will last for all time. Holding sanity in our hands to find that our choices create a present beyond peace of mind.
Justice, I can't. I just can't do this anymore. I'm tired.
You're allowed to be.
I don't want to be anything anymore.
So you won't. You'll be something else, something different and true to this new truth wrapped in love that you will always carry with you.
Patience stares at Caleb, whispering as she trembles.
I love you until time ends. 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 I love you.
Blackout. Benny King's Stand By Me plays out for a moment in the darkness. The end.